Hey folks, hope you're all keeping good. In today's video, I'm doing a comparison video between the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 along with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So you don't have to have the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I recommend maybe from iPhone 15 and upwards. Anything that's all USB Type-C and no lightning adapter. The cameras on the iPhone 17 Pro Max boast a triple 48 megapixel camera, while the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 boasts a 9.1 megapixel 1-inch sensor. And I did have plans to do without the microphones, but I'm going to take the microphones with me as it's kind of a little bit windy outside. But I will do a section with the audio built into the devices. So sit down, relax, and enjoy the video. Right, so I'm recording my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I decided to wear my older sunglasses that I got all the way from Singapore. And the reason why I brought them with me is because I can't unlock my phone with the other sunglasses. I can only unlock them with the ones I got from Singapore. I look a little bit silly with the two microphones, so I do. Because I'm using one from the Osmo Pocket 3, I'm using one from the iPhone. So right now I'm recording from the iPhone, which is a little bit tighter in the frame, but you can still see a little bit behind me there, so you could. So where I'm heading towards now is the lake, only up the road, not too far, just to show the video comparison and the low light capabilities as well, since there is a woods up there too. The phone is not that comfortable to hold with the receiver attached to the end of it, so it's not. But luckily I have a Osmo Mobile 7 at home, so I might use that in the long run. And not only that, I'm using the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which doesn't help due to its large size. I did have plans to do the video in Portlaoise instead of here, but due to the weather not giving good the next day or two, so I decided to get it done today. Right now I'm back on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I tell you it's really bright out here, so it is really bright. So if you could turn on the exposure here. So every now and then you might have to turn on the exposure because the camera can't overexpose, so it could. Here's one thing you need to keep in mind though when you're using this camera, and that is when you're video recording, you want to turn the sharpness down to -3, and in bright conditions you will need an ND filter. Unfortunately I don't have one, so I may cut my losses and go with shots a little bit exposed. In the meantime, I see all down at the lake, and I'm going to record the walking on the lake on both devices. So we'll start off with the Osmo Pocket 3. Before I head down to the lake, I'm going to head into the woods just for a couple of minutes, just to show off the low light capabilities on both devices. So I'm going to do the Osmo Pocket 3 first. Right, so this is from the Osmo Pocket 3. Personally, I would tap the focus in case the footage overexposed, or do some color grading in post-production or something like that. But on that, it's decent. It's not really low light because the area is kind of overexposed, so it is. It's slightly bit soft and mucky due to the rain last night, because it was pissing rain, so it was. And this is being shot from the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Looks nice, but then again I'm looking at an OLED screen rather than an LCD screen, so I'll let you all be the judge of that, in case if you're watching from your iPad or any other devices that has an LCD screen. Right, the sun's behind the clouds, so at least it's got a little bit dimmer, so it has not too much, but let you have a look there. And panning from the opposite side is my Osmo Pocket 3, so it is. Right now I'm on my iPhone 17 Pro Max because, slightly a bit slippery, not too much. So what do you think of the video so far? Is it help you making your choice on whether to go for this or this? It doesn't have to be iPhone 17 Pro Max or even an iPhone, it could be an Android. Just look up on how to connect the microphones to your device if they're compatible with, and make sure they're Type-C. So if it's an iPhone, no lower than the iPhone 15. Even though the microphones are attached, I'm going to turn them off and I'm going to record from the audio built into devices, because I did promise them that throughout the whole video, but due to how windy it is at the moment, so sadly now I have to break that promise, so my apologies on that. Right, so this is the audio from the Osmo Pocket 3 without the microphone. So you know the sun's gone with me, sunglasses are on my forehead then over my eyes. So let me know what you think with the audio from the Osmo Pocket 3. And this is the audio from the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So again, let me know what you prefer down in the comments below. So right now I'm going to head down towards the lake. I think there's a family down there, there's a car parked. So once I head down the lake, I'm going to see if I could do a B-roll down there and show you the footages. And I'm going to put the name of the devices under each B-roll. So I am. So let's see how it goes. Right, so the sun's back out, which means my sunglasses are back on. So hope you enjoyed the B-roll. Both of them are from the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Even though these two devices can record up to 4K and the phone can record up to 8K, but for this video I'm using 1080p at 30 frames per second, so yeah. Each device has their own advantage and a disadvantage, so they do. The advantage the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has is that it's comfortable to hold, and plus it's fantastic in low light. The disadvantage is it's not weather sealed and it doesn't zoom that far compared to the iPhone, and it can be overexposed in bright sunlight. Even if I turn down the brightness, it can be overexposed. But if you have an ND filter, that should sort you out, so it should. But it'll come at an extra cost. The iPhone would do in an absolute pinch, so it does. So which camera is better? Well, if you're video recording in low light, like me with my nightlife vlogs and all that, and even photo shoots here and there, this would be the better one to go to. Though the iPhone is capable, but this is a lot better with the 1-inch sensor. If you have an iPhone already and you're going to sell with just a microphone that's compatible with your phone, well, you should be happy enough with that. Though I'm going to do the low light test properly on Easter Sunday night because of well, it'll be night time there, so we'll see how that gets on before I start interacting with people and, well, have a laugh and banter with them. So my personal opinion, Osmo Pocket 3 is way better, though like I said, the phone is no slouch. Hey folks, just back home here now, so I am. Had a nice hot shower. My apologies now in the last part where I was not precise on why I thought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 was better than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So to be fair now, look at best of both worlds. So right now I'm going to be more precise because that is my error, so it is. So before I do that, I'm going to talk about why the iPhone 17 Pro Max is better than the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. In case you already have an iPhone, even 15 or above, like, they're good phones no matter what, so you shouldn't be disappointed. And if you can't afford the Osmo Pocket 3, don't be disappointed. You have a good video recording camera in general, so you do. And even for photos, iPhones are really good for photos, so they are. The iPhone 17 Pro Max has a triple 48 megapixel camera, and also you can zoom in further than the Osmo Pocket 3. And if you're capturing photos, like, it'll capture a decent amount of detail, so it does. Like, especially for phone, and this is from a fella who uses mirrorless cameras and DSLRs. Well, I mostly use DSLRs on nights out and all that, so I do. So like for a phone camera, like even when I saw portrait mode for the very first time, like back on the iPhone XS, what's it, XS? No, sorry, it's the iPhone 10, sorry, by a couple from Ukraine. Like they asked me to take a photo and I saw the portrait mode and I was blown away by it, so it was. So iPhone cameras are really good, so they are. And plus you can use ProRes RAW, and also you got Apple Lock too. I'm not sure it's the same thing as the Apple ProRes RAW, correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, as a minute ago, like phones have gone so advanced in photography and videography. Even on nights out now, people have told me that like the phones are going to take over even photography, which I don't agree. Phones are good, but they're mostly software process, if you get where I'm coming from. Like, you're not going to beat a full frame DSLR or mirrorless camera. You're not going to beat any of those or medium formats. So if you're using a device that's a medium format or full frame, you're not going to beat them. It's just that the phones are just so handy for when you're running and gunning, so you are. And even point and shoot cameras have come back into fashion. Like, they're good, but if I was to choose between a point and shoot and a phone, well, a phone is better because similar quality. But if I was to choose a full frame camera over the two devices, well, full frame all the way. And plus the iPhones are like water and dust resistant, so they are. And so are most high-end smartphones such as Samsung Galaxies and all that. And I'm going to apologize on my mistake as well, that I was pointing out that the iPhone could record up to 8K. I'm wrong on that. It's the Samsung phones. So I am wrong on that one. It's 4K only, but you won't be disappointed. And same with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, that's 4K too. But personally, regardless of the device I'm using, I always record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So doesn't matter whether it's 4K or 8K, I'm not going to record like that high quality and all that because it'll eat up so much of my storage. And plus you have like AI and all that on the iPhone, but I don't believe in AI, so I don't. Unless I really have to. Say for example, if I'm taking photographs and there's an unwanted subject in the background, I can use AI to remove the subject. So that way then I'm not doing them dirty or something like that. So I'm being respectful to them by using AI to remove them. But that's the only time I ever use AI, so it is. But other than that, AI is not my thing. Now let's jump into the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and why it's better than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Because even though there's a couple of differences, but these differences are really key, so they are when it comes to video recording. It's got a 1-inch sensor, sorry, that's my live score there going off. Yeah, it's got a 1-inch sensor, and that is really good in low light, and plus it's got a lower 9 megapixel resolution, so it's got. So, well, I think it's 9.1, correct me if I'm wrong on that, or I'll correct it down below. So yeah, the lower resolution when it comes to video recording works a lot better, because if you're using like the Sony a7S III, which is like intended to be a video camera, like it's a full frame but it's got 12 megapixels, sorry that's my Facebook Messenger there. Yeah, 12 megapixel full frame camera, but like for stills and all that it's fine as long as you're not printing. But if you're doing video, especially in low light, like it is really, really good, so it is. But I'm not talking about the Sony a7S III. Due to what type of camera it is really expensive. I say if you're looking for a more budget version of that, it's probably the Canon R50V. So, sorry, that's Facebook again there. So yeah, go for that if you're on a budget. But personally, I prefer this camera because it's more stabilized. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 can deliver like sharpness and all that, which I'm not a big fan of because sometimes your footage can be over sharpened. But other than that, you're getting really good footage, especially in low light. And that's a key factor to me as well, low light. And you're getting decent footage in low light, so you are for such a small device due to its larger sensor. Plus the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has got a built-in receiver, so it's got. So you can like use up to 2 microphones. I'm using the DJI Mic Mini, the other one's on charge, the DJI Mic 2. So you can use up to 2 microphones at a time with a built-in receiver, which is fantastic. Though the battery life is a bit of a bummer, but luckily though it charges up pretty quick. So bring a charger with you, look for a socket, or if you're in the States, outlet, or wherever you call them elsewhere. Like plug it in and charge, or if you've got a portable charger that charges devices fast, like this can charge up super quick. Right now you can get this device for cheap, so you can. And the built-in microphone is really good. as you probably saw earlier in the video. And this device on its own is €439 from Curry's PC World. So I am looking at Curry's there. I'm not sure you can see this or not, but on its own it's €439. And if you get it delivered, is €6.99 for delivery. So not too bad. So I'll let you do the maths yourselves. So if you're getting the creator combo, it's about €539 as of now. So it could change, but still though, it's going for cheap. And again, an extra €6.99 if you're getting delivered. So again, you may do the maths yourselves. So you're getting this camera for good value, so you are. You're getting it for really good value. Back then, when I bought this camera, it was very expensive. I got this now in Telford's in Portlaoise, the electronics section, back in October, not long before I got the iPhone. So that cost about, what's it, nearly 700? So it did. But still though, I'm happy with my purchase, and get what you can. They're very popular, and I think the stores cannot keep them in shelves, so they can't. They are really, really popular, so they are. Even though there's no onboard storage, but you can get the SD card, so that way at least you can manage your own storage. If you buy an iPhone, or you already got one, whatever storage you got, well, you're stuck to the storage. So you get 256 gig, 512, 1 terabyte, you're stuck to that storage. You cannot expand it. So that's one props for the Osmo Pocket 3, despite there's no onboard storage. So either way, personally, I would expand the storage regardless. I will give one big downside that this device has, and I already mentioned on the iPhone, but this device is not weather sealed, not waterproof, and not dust resistant, because it's got a motor, where this can survive a bit of water and a bit of dust. This cannot. So this is not something you want to take out when you're like a venture vlogger or something like that. You want to use something like a GoPro or a DJI Action. Is that what they call it? DJI Action? You know them square thing yokes, whatever you call it. Right, so I looked it up. Curry's, just to correct myself there. So yeah, DJI Osmo Action 6. So there are GoPro, like GoPro Heroes and all that. But if you're like using the DJI ecosystem, so there's one you get for €499, which is a combo, DJI Osmo Action 6. And if you're an outdoor photographer or someone who does be out in the rain, bad weather and all that, well, you're better off going for that camera. So yeah, and there's Action 5, which is a combo, €449, and the 5 Pro on its own is €369. And then you can get the extension rod kit, which is an extra €50, so it is. So the only downside to them cameras is that they're not really great in low light compared to this device. But if you're an outdoor photographer, or videographer or YouTuber, so I would go for those instead of this camera. But if you're like me that doesn't plan to video record in bad weather, thunderstorms and all that, snow, hail, like, you're fine with this camera. But if you're like an outdoor, like a venture photographer and all that, I'd probably go for these guys there and get the stick. The most expensive one you can get is the DJI Osmo Action 6, and that's a combo one, so it is. So €499. So look up like the combo or the bundles or whatever, look them up, and if you come across one, that's fantastic. But like I said, this camera I'm using, not for like bad weather adventures and all that, while the Actions are. And plus they have onboard storage, but still, invest in an SD card. And that wraps up for today's video. So my next video, I do have plans to do nightlife. That's on Sunday, so it is Easter Sunday. So that'll be during night time. And I might have one before that, no promises. So regardless, stay tuned. Thanks a million for watching. Drop a like and a comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Right, time to have a nice coffee and a nice healthy fag, and maybe a beer trim during the week.